Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we've gathered some really powerful sources, a mix. You've got Stoics, Russian novelists, modern thinkers, and they all seem to circle around this one big question. How do you keep going? How do you find meaning when you're deep in the middle of something long and, frankly, not very glamorous?
Right. That feeling, the source material nails it, doesn't it? That day 301 of any journey.
Exactly. The initial buzz is gone. The end feels miles away.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't even see it anymore, and you suddenly realize, oh, wow, most of the work is still ahead.
Uh-huh. And that's the quitting point for so many. But these thinkers, they argue that's exactly where the real stuff happens. The real fulfillment isn't, reaching some fantasy peak.
It's more about the process.
Yeah, it's found in the process, specifically how we choose to show up and serve others along that path. So yeah, we're diving into the wisdom found right there in the unglamorous middle of things.
Okay, let's kick off with an idea from Stephen Pressfield. It sounds a bit daunting at first, but he says it's actually liberating, the idea that the artist's journey lasts the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm. And what's really interesting there is how it reframes failure. If you think there's a definite end point, like a big win.
Right, then any setback feels final, like you failed the whole thing.
Exactly. But Pressfield says, look, once you accept you're on a train with, well, no final stop, the pressure just eases off. You stop obsessing about the destination.
So accepting it's like infinite that lets you stop worrying so much about the outcome. You can just focus on the work right in front of you, today's work.
Precisely. You attend to the immediate task. And Pressfield actually calls this long game, this dedication, he calls it the hero's journey of the human race.
Yeah.
It makes the daily grind feel, well, profound.
It turns just showing up into something heroic.
Yes, it's about being in it forever, basically, which means, you always get another chance tomorrow.
Okay, so if we're all on this kind of lifelong hero's journey, then maybe we need to rethink what hero means. It's not about superpowers or anything.
Not at all. The material quotes Gerard Way here. Heroes are ordinary people who make themselves extraordinary.
Ordinary people
Yeah.
making themselves extraordinary. How?
Through consistency, really. It's about choosing to face life's challenges, and they will come not with some innate gift, but with uncommon courage, persistence, day in, day out.
So you don't get points for dodging the hard stuff.
Nope. You earn your stripes by showing up anyway.
That idea, showing up anyway,
Yeah.
that leads us into maybe the toughest part of this whole conversation, the necessity of struggle.
Right, which goes against so much modern thinking, doesn't it? We see
Yeah.
discomfort as a bug to be fixed.
Yeah, get an app for it, find a life hack.
But these sources, they profoundly disagree. They see friction, struggle as a feature, not a bug. It's essential. And this is where the ancient wisdom really comes in. Marcus Aurelius, Leo Tolstoy.
What do they say? How is struggle necessary?
Well, Aurelius puts it bluntly. Pain is the necessary condition of our body, and suffering is the necessary condition of our spiritual life. Suffering isn't an accident, it's required.
Wow. That's hard to swallow. Necessary for spiritual life.
He means it's the curriculum, is how we grow. Tolstoy, he uses this great analogy. Only in the storm can you see the art of the real sailor.
Ah, okay. So the storm isn't the problem, it's the classroom.
Exactly. It's where the sailor proves his skill, develops it. The challenges aren't interruptions to the learning. They are the learning, the whole point.
Tolstoy really drives this home with those legends he shares, doesn't he? One of the wandering Jew, cursed to live forever, never rest, always moving, endless struggle.
And then he contrasts it with the opposite curse. A man given a life with absolutely zero suffering, no resistance, nothing to push against.
And the point is, wait, both are curses. Having no challenges is as bad as having only challenges.
That's the haunting insight, yeah. Both rob life of meaning. If everything's easy, you never grow, you never become more than you already are. So growth literally requires resistance, something to push against.
Okay, so that changes how we see Aurelius's point. It's not just put up with bad stuff.
No, it's deeper. He says we should welcome everything which happens from birth to death, both the good and the bad. Why? Because both are chances to test ourselves, to see what we're made of.
So if difficulty is basically guaranteed, it's a curriculum, then the real question becomes how we respond, right?
Yeah.
Which takes us from philosophy more into, well, action, strategy.
Exactly. And we're looking at strategy here through a lens provided by Seth Godin, not as cold calculation, but something else.
What does Godin say strategy is?
Well, first he points out it's tough. It unfolds over time. It's hard to see the whole picture. And it means stepping away from our usual default patterns, making choices for a bigger, longer-term impact.
Okay, but strategy still sounds a bit, I don't know, self-serving. How does compassion fit in? Are we talking about just being nice, or, I mean, how do you avoid becoming a doormat if you're focused on service?
That's a really important distinction. Godin frames strategy as applied compassion. It's not about sacrificing yourself. It's about being disciplined and asking constantly, how can I most effectively serve the world's changing needs?
Ah, so the focus shifts.
Completely. It shifts from, how can I win this for me, which is kind of small and anxious,
Yeah, I feel that.
to the bigger question, how can I serve more effectively today? It's expansive.
Okay, I see the liberation in that. When you're just thinking about your own needs, am I good enough? Do I have enough?
Mm.
It's all anxiety, right? Contracting inwards. But if you flip it to what's needed here, what can I actually do to help? The source calls it escaping the tyranny of self-concern. That feels like that core idea again. Serve others and your own needs get met.
It's a powerful feedback loop. And that kind of effective service, it requires a different way of seeing things. Which brings us neatly to our next theme, seeing with the heart, not just the eye.
Explain that. We need our eyes, obviously, to see what's actually there. Obstacles, threats.
Of course. The eye sees the surface. It compares, calculates risk. It's analytical. But the heart perceives something deeper, essence, connection, meaning.
So the heart sees differently.
Yeah. Where the eye just sees a problem, the heart might see a chance to connect or maybe practice patience or use a skill. Where the eye sees strangers, the heart might recognize, fellow travelers on this same long journey.
That deeper seeing. It helps us avoid hurting ourselves, too, like that quote from Fosdick. Hating people is like burning down your own house to get rid of a rat.
Exactly. The eye is laser focused on the rat, the injustice, the annoyance. But the heart sees the massive collateral damage you're inflicting on your own peace, your own house. The revenge just burns you up.
And this applies to mistakes, too, right? The source says something like, to make mistakes is human.
To own our mistakes is divine. Yes, the I, the ego, wants to hide mistakes, pretend we're perfect, maintain appearances.
But the heart knows better. It knows that admitting fault quickly, taking responsibility, fixing it, that actually builds trust faster than pretending you never mess up. It shows integrity.
Nothing elevates a person more. It creates credibility. Paradoxically, yeah.
Okay, so that's the vision. See with the heart, own your errors. But even with that clarity, there's still procrastination. We delay, we wait for the perfect moment, perfect understanding.
Oh, yeah. We all do it. Why do we do that? Is it just fear?
I think it often is. Fear disguised as, I just need to research this a bit more. Due diligence.
And the antidote here is pretty blunt. Don't use understanding as a delay tactic. You don't need the full map. Just start driving. The source says jump in and start swimming.
Only people who are afraid of water need to understand everything first.
I like that. It's true, though, isn't it? The act of starting, that's what builds the courage. Like that idea of the courage corner, your gym, your desk, that difficult conversation you need to have.
That's where courage is made. Not in thinking about it, but in doing it, even when you're unsure.
Built through action despite uncertainty. And if you need one final push, one ultimate motivator to stop delaying, Aurelius gives it to us.
Which is?
It's stark. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think.
Wow. Okay. That definitely focuses the mind, puts everything in perspective instantly. If the journey is infinite, like Pressfield says, but our time is so finite, how do you square that?
You combine that urgency with what Seneca said. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future.
So be present now. Don't disregard the future, but commit fully to today's work. The process, not the distant payoff.
Exactly. And when you live like that, acting bravely, owning mistakes, seeing with the heart, you naturally start to lead in a quiet way. Through integrity. Elbert Hubbard noted, keep the crown of your head high, and men will follow you.
And that's not arrogance.
No, it's dignity. It's showing commitment to something bigger than just your own comfort. It's modeling grace under the same pressures everyone else feels. People are drawn to that.
But you have to keep your priorities straight. Like Bob Marley warned, don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold. The integrity matters more than the outcome.
Which brings us right to the synthesis. The one idea, I think, that pulls this whole philosophy together, the lifelong journey, the need for struggle, the call to service, Simon Sinek nails it.
Okay, what's Sinek's insight that ties it all up?
He says, Opportunity is not finding the best spot for me. Opportunity is making the spot I'm in the best for everyone around me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That just dissolves the whole me versus them thing, doesn't it?
Completely.
Yeah.
It demands radical responsibility. You stop looking for the perfect situation, the perfect team, the perfect boss.
And instead, you focus on improving this situation right here, right now.
Precisely. You make your current spot sacred. Not because it started out perfect, but because you choose to make it better for everyone. That commitment, that's the ultimate expression of integrity and applied compassion. That's how you find meaning right in the messy middle.
So to pull it all together, accept the long haul, the lifelong journey. Welcome the struggles. They're the curriculum. Try to see with the heart, not just the eyes. Own your mistakes fast. Act now. Don't wait for perfect clarity. And always, always look for ways to serve. That's the practice, right? Making the ordinary sacred.
Beautifully put. And maybe as we wrap up this deep dive, just reflect on the gift we actually have, according to these thinkers. We have enough time to make a difference.
Okay.
Enough difficulty to grow strong, and enough freedom to choose how we respond.
Enough time, enough difficulty, enough freedom. It's perfectly balanced in a way.
It is. So the final prompt for you, listening right now, drawn straight from the sources. What specific action are you putting off today just because you feel you don't fully understand it yet?
The advice is clear.
Jump in. Start swimming. Make this spot wherever you are right now, make it sacred.